Hello and welcome back to Combine and Conquer. In our last episode, we built this new smelting array. We expanded power production by quite a lot, with a lot more expansion available. And perhaps we want to do a little bit more expansion so that we're ready to go, because I would like to build a new, what's it called? Copper smelting area. To make some of the copper stuff, as well as I want to turn this one here that we have. There's a little bit of lag. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Turn this one here into a science production area. We need the copper to make wire and cable for more influencers, which we might need before we can get too much of this done. How much influence do I have here? We might have enough to get started at least. But we also need to double this because it should be... so I was doing the math correctly, sort of. 224 is the cooldown for a smelter, for a furnace burner. And the belts are 20 ticks per space. So 224 divided by 20 would be the number, except that the arms have a longer swing time. And actually, the problem's going to be the coal arms with the double length here are 255. So we actually are going to need to have two of these in order to make this thing work, or double the long arms in order to make this work properly. But even then, the arms themselves are 128. So our real smelting time is more like 256, 128 to flip this way and 128 to flip back. So with 256 divided by 12, you end up with about 12 and a half smelters per full belt. So let's go ahead and double this and get it out to, we should have enough stuff. Holy crap, yes we do. Well, we have enough of these anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we could do the 13th one, I suppose. But putting two of those arms down would be reasonable enough to do. The other option is to go back to my swapper setup that I had from before, which would give us all short arms, which means no long ones, but then you have the cost of the swappers. So I'm not sure which one is it's better or worse there. Let's see. Let's do this. I mean, I guess the cost of the long... There's the cost of complication, and then there's the cost of the long arms versus the shorter arms. But then again, let's see, 128, these are 2 gears and 2 rods more. So it's 4 iron plate to 8 iron plate, so it's double the cost. But the swappers are going to be 10 iron plate versus the 2 belts, so that's an additional 6 iron plate there, versus the additional 4 iron plate here. So right now it's cheaper, but having to put two arms in there for coal means technically we would need to have, or it would be cheaper to make the swappers. So we could swap to that, or we could actually just use that one for, say, the copper array, or another iron array, because I don't think we even started making the swappers yet anyway. Let's do this on down here. And then, let's see, let's go over here then and take a look again at the science production. We are, wow, I don't understand where that lag's coming from. It's quite a bit. My CPU is maxed out. That could be part of it. No, it's not either. I lied. It's not the CPU. It's not even memory. I'm not sure what it is. It's not, as far as I can tell, it's not my computer. But we have these here, and we obviously need to do something different with them besides that. They can stay there. We can still be feeding those in, at least for a little while, but we need to deal with something over here to make that better. And so we need to also look at the recipe of the tier 2 here. And that is going to take copper. So actually we have to deal with copper first. I lied. Copper first. Are we making swappers, or can we easily make swappers? Because let's do that array instead over here. Rods, which we have. I don't know the right ratio, but 2 belts. Let's see, compared to this, 4 belts, 2 rods. This is 2 belts, 6 rods. It's close. It's close. We'll do it anyway. That resets everything, of course, but that's fine. Let's see. It would be, we need 2 belts in a lot more times. So the belts are overpowered. And we need 6 rods in 256. The rod maker is, or sorry, in 6 times 256, and the rod maker is 256. So just the belts are a little overtimed here, but that's fine. That'll be good enough. And we'll make a few of those, then we can get a copper array going down here. Now we're gonna need coal. We have coal there. We have copper there. We also need to build this in a tight enough area that we can do it with the influencers we have left, which is 0. Perfect. Perfect. So, we need to do something different. Perfect. Can I borrow back any of these influencers? This one? Yes, I can actually borrow these 2 back. At least for now. That gets us the ability to start, and then we can do something else with it. Alright, so let's build a copper array over here, however we want to do it. And I think I'll use that copper with this coal, and probably run it this way. That is, to the left. Let's do smelters. Should be good. It's going to be half array for right now. Do we get more influencers made? So we'll start with those then. We're going to have 2 belts here. Can these be hot replaced now? Nope. Okay. I'll put those in first. How many do we have? 3. Perfect. Not really. We need a few more. I know we have no research running. I'm waiting on more stuff to be able to research, but I need more stuff. And then we need these, of course. Just like that. To start with, come out here. We'll do this. And I'll probably just double it back on itself, at least for right now, to get, or maybe not even double back on itself, just go up there to make the wire and the cable we need to make more influencers. Do we have any more of these now? We do. Just enough, actually. Oops. Just enough. Because we don't actually need one at the last furnace in the array, although if we end up putting the whole array in, then we will need it. But for now, I can get by without it. I can just do like that. But of course, it's done now, so let's just do it. Oops. Let's just do it the right way. There. These go here. Just like that. And then we can just feed those in with some miners. Let's see. Coal. Maybe these 2 to start with. And then this one will work. I can't go right there. This one will also work. And those ones right there. A belt here. Actually, you know what? Put this belt here. And this one here. Actually, will that be a good enough spot? Yeah, let's do one here too. Like that. And then, of course, we need arms. Like that. Then up here at the copper, same kind of thing. Let's do those 4. I turned off miners too, didn't I? Doggone it. What were miners? Screws and iron plates. Where did I turn those off at? Or we don't need more of these made. Oh, I turned those off. Never mind. Screws and iron plates. Where was I making those? I could make them... I have no memory of where I was making those at. But I do know that I was making them. Stop Windows sounds. Uh-huh. Let's put in a screw maker here. And we'll do a miner maker here. Screws, iron plates. Wait, just screws. Oh, okay, well then never mind then. There. I must have deleted the whole thing. That's probably why. Why I couldn't remember where I made it. Let's see. Miners. Oh, I misread. Yes, 4 screws. Okay. We'll get a few more made. In the meantime, I can set up what I have. If I could get this thing to... I don't know what the lag is all about here. There. Ah, there's one. Okay. That can go... It needs to come down to here. So we'll go this way. That's a perfectly straight shot. Love when a plan comes together. We'll need a few more of these, though, as we get more supplies. But at least that gives us what we need to get this going. And so all this does, if you didn't see my other series, is this, the swappers will take the things from one side, put them on the other. And so it's toggling back and forth the coal and the copper. So you can see how, like, this, each one has coal available to it now, and as the copper comes in, we will have copper into there, and then it'll swap over here and pass these two by so they can put coal in, and then it'll swap back in and these two will put copper in. And then back and forth and back and forth. And that works out really well, surprisingly well. But now we can make wire and cable. I believe cable was... That's wire, that's 1 copper plate makes 2 wire, and cable is 4 wire makes 1 cable. So, actually, let me just do this then and double back on itself. That'll be better. Windows sounds. Sorry about that. Do this. And then we do one in the middle. And one here. We do this. We can do this. We can do that. That. And this. Set the recipes, of course. There and there. And there. And then that'll make the cable. This isn't going to work out right. Because we need more wire for this. Wire is 512 per 2, so 256 each. Actually, no, that's not even the right ratio anyway. Because this needs... Yeah, this is actually doesn't need to be here anyway. The wire is going to produce 2 every 512. We need 4 every 1024. So that means that we need 1-to-1 on those. And then this is wire, which means that we need to have a assembler making the influencers, which need another 4 wire and 4 cable every 1024. Actually, we need more of these, if anything, so this will be fine. This will work. There you go. And then, of course, we need to have this coming out into a provider, which I'm going to have to make at some point also, because that was the last one. What do providers take to make? A chest and a chip, and a chest is rods and screws. The saga continues. Okay, we need to put up some more copper mining now. That's too close. Here. 5 and 3. That one should be good too. Here we are. Yep. Looks good to me. So yeah, we needed 1 cable every 1024. We actually need 4 cable makers. If I want to make this to ratio, it'd be 4 cable makers to one of these. Because they're both 1024. But that seems like a lot. So we're not going to bother. Okay, so now at least we're making influencers again. So we can come back over here. And we can make this... We should come over here instead. Or even over here. Maybe over here is best, actually, for the science. Put it in here like that. Take this belt out, make the turn that way. And then we need to make a bunch of... Let's look at that ratio again, or look at that ratio now. We need, for every 512, we need 1 research token 1. One of these produces 1 every 256, so we can easily support one research token 2, or 2 research token 2s with 1 research token 1 machine. That's a good... I think that's good. And these are going to take 512. Yeah, so that's going to be a problem with those coal. I might have to swap this to swap burrs. Once we get it running, we can figure that part out. So... Do I want 2 of those? Probably. Then we need to have the wire coming in also. And a belt. Now, these take gears, and they are 1-to-1. 1 gear at the same speed. The belt is going to be the same belt array or the same belt setup we've done over here. So it'll be... actually, we don't have it here like that. I think it's 1 gear to 1... Yeah, it's 1 gear to 1 belt maker, of course. That produces 1 belt every 256. And then... So, yeah, 1 belt maker will support 2 of these as well. And then finally, the wire. We need 2 wire every 512. And that is exactly what they make. Perfect. So, 1 wire maker, let's lay this out. So, 1 assembler making, or 2 assemblers rather, making, ooh, maybe I should do it down here then. 2 assemblers making RT2s, fed by 1 assembler making RT1, and we also needed 1 assembler making belts to get 1 belt every 256. We need 1 belt every 512 per, so yeah. So we need one assembler making belts, 1 assembler making RT1s. Those both need gears, and the gears are 1-to-1 fill as well. So we can do that like this, or something. Those will pass down. The problem is they need to pass down to both of them. So maybe we have to put some space in here so we can have 2 separate belts, which could be good. Ooh, we could use a swapper there too. I would go there. Make this a bit narrower. Let's do gear, just so I know what I'm doing. We need iron in this though for the belt. And then the research token 1 there. Research tokens 2 there. And then, of course, we need a bunch more research tokens 1, but we also have those at the other base that we can use. So iron, iron, iron. What if I take this here, and this one here, take this one, it's gotta be further than that, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. This one would go here as well. Actually, no, wait, this can come down here, and this goes here. I could run the, run the iron belt down the middle here. I would need to end there. It's going to be too far for this one, but I can move it in. You can output there. You can output there. They can continue forward to here, and then I can put a swapper in to get the other item. Forgot about the wire. The wire comes from the other side because it's, double check, because it's 2 wire every 512 per machine, and wire is 2 wire every 512. So that'll work. We'll have 2 assemblers down here for wire, and then those will have to go into something, into labs. We don't have any more labs, though, I don't think, or do we? Oh, yeah, we do. I'll just put them all direct inserting into their own lab. Why the heck not, right? I need more influence now. Those can go down here. And there. And then we'll belt over a belt of copper. And then those will direct insert like this, making wire. I think that'll work. Belt comes across here. Okay, now the lag is getting better. That's good. Let's put up our arms here. Put it there instead. There. On center seems nice. So this will put in the these, because then they'll swap to the other side, and this will put them in there. Meanwhile, the belts will come in from this side, so they'll come down here and input into here, then they'll swap to the other side and put those into there. And that'll work out nicely. These go here, so these go here. Iron comes in here, and iron comes in here. I want to do a, I'm going to do a splitter here, and I'll do another splitter right here, and then I can take this belt like that for this so we don't use a long arm. And I think that works. These feed direct in, and that should be everything. We could let the iron start, but we need to belt over the copper, so we need to actually put up some more influencers for the belt to carry across. And somewhere in here, I could go all the way over there with it, like that, I suppose. We'll do a splitter here. There we go. And then, nope, that's not right. Delete. I've rotated too much. There. And then here. Okay. You turn and go up at any time, I suppose. That way this will get caught up. And then we can also bring the iron in. And hopefully this works. It's going to put us way over our energy use, though. So maybe I shouldn't quite do that yet. Back to power, which is over here. Where are we at with power? We have way too much coal and not enough power. I think I can do mirror. That's 12. I know we're running low on power. That's literally what we're doing. Thank you, though. Thank you very much. There. I don't know that we have a burn time on these. Doesn't say. Copper's still coming along. Let's go ahead and hook this up. See how that goes. They're going to be greedy on the first here, but eventually they'll fill up with that item and they'll let them pass into the next one. Here comes the copper just now. Yeah, see, they've let them pass now. And the copper's going in, and that should give us research token 2. Let's pick out our new research here, which we probably should have done already. But 3 belt mixing we already did. Faster belts, faster furnaces or better furnaces, better miners, or better influencers. Let's start with belts. Because we could have been burning toward that 1,000 a long time ago. But we could also set up more of that up here, where we just have, you know, gear to this to lab kind of situation. And that'll make things a bit better, I think, for this as well. In fact, at some point we might even want to do away with this array. Let the gears be used here or not be used here, as the case may be, until we rebuild this. And instead just build them over here and see how much we can get built over here. Let's do that. That sounds more fun, right? Right. So we'll go this way. And then the production time on the research tokens is 256, so we kind of just want to do direct inserts on these, right into a lab. We could do, though, let's see. Let's give it some space here. We can do the same maybe there. Gear to research token. Gear to... Oh, wait, I gotta come back closer. That was silly. You know what? Gear. Gear. Research token. And then lab. But we can have one lab shared, I think, between 2. And that would... I think that would work. Let's see. We'll have to see if the lab gets overwhelmed or not. Yeah, it's getting overwhelmed. So we really just need one lab for everything, for each one. I want to let this one run through what it's got in the storage. Perfect. Delete that. Go there, and then do this. And that way, because the lab takes... Do we have how much time the lab takes too? We might know that number. That's how much it takes to make. How much does it take when you're... say here? I don't think it does. See, it's even pausing with 1, but it's only pausing for a moment, I think. Yeah, right there. That's what we were talking about. I think a 5-to-4 ratio or something maybe could work. 4 of these to 5 of these or something. Or maybe it's 5-to-6 or 5-to-7 or something. We could try to figure that math out. It might not be worth it. But we can also build a couple more of these. So I guess I could have built them closer together because... you know what? I'm going to do that. Because we might as well build them right up next to each other. Let's see, here, and then here, so then here. Like this. Which makes sense. This goes to there. There, there, there. This is done. This is done. We can do this one. There and there. This one is done. There and there. You're done. There and there. And that's just about all my labs. But that should run well. But again, our delay is actually going to be on the swing time of the long arms. So we might want to just replace those here. Why is this so backed up? Oh, we're done. That's why it's backed up. Okay. Yeah, we need a lot more of this then. Let me actually take these out in that case. Oh well, I tried. We'll let those finish, and then we're gonna move them out of here and up to the other one. As soon as they're done, there they go. There's going to be 1 extra in each. That's fine. By taking them out of here, we're using a little bit less of this iron, so it can be used for other things. Since we have so much over here, that we can take better advantage of things. And this is actually where a module would be really good. For making these, assuming they can all be placed in modules, which I didn't actually check. Yes, yes. So really I should make this a module. It could be individualized like this, or it could be like each one individually, or it could be a small array of each of them. But that would be actually a really good idea. So let's see if we can do that. I think there's a plan module. So maybe we do an array of 4. Let's just pretend. Let's see. Here, like this. And then put that in a module. Boom. And then we need to have our module components, which is a source right there. Perfect. And then we also, or we don't need, oh, you can't, wait a minute, you can't put labs in the modules? That's a horse of a different color. Yeah. Okay, well then never mind then. Delete it. Didn't that say? It does say build resources. What does that mean? I thought it was... Oh no, it's the ground, never mind. Yeah, can't be used in a planner. That's sad. Oh well. I guess we could planner these, but that's less interesting to me. So we're just going to do it this way. I'll skip 1 space for the influencer there. Yeah, but we'll do however many labs we have. There we go. Just like that. Okay. And that should produce a decent amount of research tokens 1 from that decent amount of iron we have there. But we're already starving out of... Oh yeah, it's just this. Okay, it is going to be time to do... let's delete this and this. And then, of course, each one of these as time permits. But we're going to let this drain out, and then we'll do the swappers. We need more power, though, so let's go deal with that first. Let's actually take a look at how this is going. Are we getting enough coal to the end? No, we are not. So this is too many. I didn't really tally up. Oh, I spoke to the developer today, though, earlier today, and the new tooltip, which is going to be floating instead of having the fixed one up here in the corner, the new tooltip is going to show what the actual speed of each miner is. So that's the cooldown there, 2304, is as we thought, and the new tooltip is going to show how much, how often you can expect a coal chunk based on how many miners, or how many nodes are under the miner's influence, which is really cool. Really cool turnaround time on those types of things. I mean, it's not in the game yet, so we're not in the available part of the game yet, but really cool in terms of something I said is already in the game now, basically moments after I said it, because it was right after the recording, I think. But let's see if we can fill a belt up here, which I don't know if we are or not yet, but we'll see if that backs up any. We're not. Okay, we could probably use at least one more. If we can fill the belt up, then we can also measure how many of the how many of these are used in the or use a whole belt. Like, where does it go? How much do we use? I'm guessing it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 24. I'm just guessing, but I don't have a time on these. Actually, it might be more than that. But we are still not producing enough. Let's do a couple more of these. One, two, three. Well, I can't, that's not really a great count because these are much less rich than these. So, yeah. We were also talking about belt prioritization. Right now, he said the belts are prioritized based on whichever belts are placed first. He may change that to make it be more predictive. But it looks like that is the case because I remember I placed this belt through before I placed this belt here. If we took this belt out and then put it back in now, we should see this stop backing up and this start backing up. Trying to see. I think that's what I'm seeing, but I'm not positive. Yep, that's what I'm seeing. Okay. So that is the case, which is, at least it's predictable, and so I wanted to do this, I think. I don't think it matters that much, but I wanted to do this, and we are getting really close now to a full belt, if not at a full belt. So we can now see how many of these burners are, and we're backing up, so we can actually probably loop this around to another column. Because that was 25. So we could loop this around to another column now and see 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then we can do something like this. Oh, really? Well, that didn't work either. There. At least I think that's how many this was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 26, 30. Yep, that's 30. So we'll see how that holds out. But at least it also gave us a little bit more power. Now we can come back over here and see how our science is going. We're at 700. So we're getting there. But I also need to finish or fix this because we broke it all. Perfect. All right, so delete these, delete those. Oops. There may be a little bit of something or other on the end, but that's okay. How many of those do I have, by the way? 63? Yeah, we're probably good there. You know what? I could use this button, too. Although, yeah, that works. Well, maybe I shouldn't have done quite that, since this one is still actually running off of those. we can let you have it. We just make sure we don't hook up the whole thing. Do. I'll let them chase me down while I put this in instead. That'll do for now. Here. I don't know if I want to put this one down yet or not. I need to see what comes down. Yeah, that'll be fine, actually. And then this one should be able to go like this. Delete that. Put this one in here. And we should be good to go. Just in time, too, because I just ran out of iron. Kind of. Kind of just in time. Although I forgot that I might want a 13th one. And if I wanted the 13th one, then I made myself too tight here. But it'll probably be close enough that... So we're not using it all anyway, but you can see... Or can you see? Actually, it is pretty full. We're not backing up yet. No, because it's still going all the way that way. It is pretty full, but there are small gaps. So a 13th one might be warranted, although these aren't all running because we don't have enough iron. So we actually need to provide more iron. No, yeah, I guess we don't have enough iron. More iron. There we go. See how that works? But it's backing up now, so it's not going to be easy to tell. All right, well, at least we know that this all works, and that's the good news. So we now have a half copper smelting array for now. We can extend that out. Actually, we could extend that out now. We have the influence now. Actually, I should probably pull these down, and maybe even put them... there. One more here, I think. Wow, that worked out. Delete that. Delete this. Oops. Almost worked out. There. I think then we don't need... Oh, that's the base one. Never mind. Okay, that works. And then we can add more to this. Oops. 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, I'm considering doing the 7th, but I'm not. Well, the 13th. I guess it wouldn't hurt, though, right? Couldn't hurt. Totally. Totally couldn't hurt. I guess I don't need that one then, do I? Dang it, I didn't wait. That. Probably don't have enough input now. Input materials from the miners. But that is the forever woe of factory games. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ah, finish research of belts Mark II. Let's throw something else on the fire here. Why don't we do furnaces Mark II? Much more research token 2, much less research token 1. We also will need to tweak this somewhat because we don't have the belts correct anymore. So let's delete that. Put a regular belt in here, and then let's split from here instead. Oops. Wrong button. There. Need to make some of those, though. No, actually... Turn. Nope. Still waiting. Turn this way. Come back this way. Like that. And then, of course, we need these. Outputs help. That should make a completely full belt with 13 of those. Now we're not using it all. Hardly at all of it. Slow, but we're making influencers. And we'll need to expand this. Both the coal and the copper for this. Let's see. I guess I have to come out here. That's 5, so we should be good there. That won't work, will it? Nope. The influencer's in a bad spot. I'm going to put it here anyway. It's going to mess up my grid, but that it is what it is. This like that. 3 enough? Yeah, sure. Give me coal this way. That way. If I wanted to, I could put another one here or something if I wanted to fill that space in. I do need to fill that space in, actually, because I had a broken belt right there. And then we need to put a little more up here, too. We could do this one, I think, reasonably enough. Down here, this is 5 and 2, so that's good. And on up you go. And that's 2. Sure. Sure. Let's do this one. Actually, it's backing up. Maybe we didn't need these after all. That's just because we're not using it all. All right. Well, that looks pretty good, I think. We have a full copper array, a full iron array. Although, again, I should have probably done... I even built myself too tight here to do it, to fix it. But I should have probably done a 13th one just so that we had it correct. But that's okay. Wow, the scrolling just immediately went much faster for a second there. But we are researching again. We should get these done in no time. The research token 2 is already done. We should make labs again. We can set that up with the copper. Yep, over there by copper. And, oh, we need to make chips again before we can do that. We had more things we needed to make too with chips. I've forgotten what they were now. I think it was these. So maybe that's a good thing to do in the next episode. We also will eventually want to rip this up, the smelting up, and make a more stable array with mining the iron out of here correctly and things. But we'll figure that all out in the next or a future episode. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.